I got to be honest. The mainstream coverage of the NBA playoffs gets worse and worse as it goes on. The mainstream narrative for Knicks Pacers tonight is, oh, Indiana's dominated the series. Knicks can't do anything. When in reality, all four games have been decided in the last 3 minutes. All four games have been decided by single digits. And tonight's point spread, looking at my odds logic live odds screen, Knicks -4/4.5 total 223, 223.5 is telling us, with the Knicks being favored, that the betting markets don't think this series is over just yet. Let's talk about it. Teddy covers from wagertalk.com with a big game breakdown. And here's the skinny. All right. I've had a pretty good read on these teams this postseason. 4-0 in this series. Cashed the over in game one. Had Indiana plus the points in game two. Had the Knicks plus the points in game three. I had the over in game four. All of them winners, pretty much right sides. In fact, I'm 13-0 this postseason in all games involving the Knicks and the Pacers. And oh, by the way, 5% big ticket report tonight on my page at wagertalk.com. 35-16 with my last 51 NBA 5% big tickets since 2021. I'm on a 17-5 NBA playoff run. I've won my last 4 5% big tickets, and oh, I'm 101-64 in the NBA playoffs over the last 4 years. You might want to consider visiting my homepage, wt.buzz/TC, to get on board. But don't buy it. Don't buy this play. I'll talk about why in just a minute. First, let's break it down. Well, I'll tell you why. 30-day all access, promo code Teddy199, is a better deal than buying just a single individual play, because you get every play every day in every sport for the next 30 days. Promo code Teddy199 gets you that 30-day all access right now for $100 off. So we've seen Indiana able to outscore the Knicks. Certainly in game 4, they came out with fire. That first quarter hit everything, and then Tyrese Haliburton had a historical playoff game. The first player in NBA playoff history to put up 30, 15, and 10 without a turnover since turnovers were first tracked in the 1977-1978 season. Right? And of course, Haliburton's quote, "I just want to be able to prove that I can respond when my back's against the wall when our team's back is against the wall." This is a big win for us because we go back there down to there 2-2. It's a little different momentum-wise. So we've seen Haliburton have some pretty big games in this series, obviously. And certainly what we saw defensively from the Knicks in game 4 on Tuesday, struggling from the get-go. And, the Haliburton had a triple-double, or nearly had a triple-double at halftime in that ball game. And the Knicks still rallied. It was a 6-point game in the closing minutes. The Knicks have certainly rallied from behind and faced adversity very, very well this postseason. But they just couldn't get the stops. And I think that is something. When you talk about a defensive game plan for Game 5, what adjustments can Coach Tibbs make? Not a lot. The one thing I expect him to try to do this evening is get the ball out of Haliburton's hands. Now, whether it's successful or not is another question entirely. Whether it's good enough for the Knicks to win this game, cover this point spread, that's another question entirely. But from a how is Indiana and New York going to game plan each other and what adjustments can they make standpoint, this is a game where I'm expecting Tyrese Haliburton to have to pass the basketball, to kick the ball out of his hands. So what are we looking at? And then you read some of the quotes here. Jalen Brunson, "I'm not doing enough." There has to be a difference on my part when it comes to that, meaning helping defensively against Haliburton. Karl Anthony Towns. It's not just him, it's all of us. We all have to do a better job of making it more difficult for each of them to score. More Towns. We think coming to the fourth quarter, we're going to find that one trick again. We just didn't have that magic. I think it's difficult for any team to stop. You can stop one action, but then it's the next action, the next action. That's from Josh Hart. Pacers again, 51% shooting, 40% from 3 in game number 4. Hart, if one domino falls, that one person's mess up is the whole possession. Obviously, they're running good stuff. We have to make sure that we're physical and locked in and just make it tough for them. So I was debating which under I want for Haliburton for this video. And again, the 5% big ticket play is available on my page, wt.buzz/TC. If you like this type of breakdown, We appreciate those thumbs up. Give us a quick like. Bing, it's done. The comments, agree or disagree, no problem. You're allowed to disagree with me. We appreciate the comments. And of course, if you haven't done so already, more than 200,000 of you have subscribed to the Wager Talk YouTube channel. Be one and subscribe today. But we're looking at Haliburton unders for tonight. Under points, rebounds, and assists, 35.5. I think under points might be the best of the bunch because I do expect Indiana to take the ball out of his hands. But PRA at 35.5, no argument here with an under there. And it doesn't mean the Pacers can't win or can't compete. It means the Knicks' defensive game plan is going to be taking the ball out of Haliburton's hands. And it's just that simple. So under points, under PRA, Haliburton with less of a game than the one we just saw. That's a free play for today. Get the 5% big ticket on my page right now at wagertalk.com. And thank you so much for watching. Best of luck with all your bets tonight. And we'll talk to you again soon. Stay tuned right here on this channel. Tons of free video content from Wager Talk TV. Cheers.